Hello there, you guys. How are you doing? I got some good news. Um, Shift change went over unscathed. It's pretty good. I've actually been quite welcomed to that team, and I feel kind of special over there. I, they need a lot of help, so I'm glad I can share my expertise because I'm probably one of the more knowledgeable people there. A lot of the people working there have only been there a couple years, and I've already changed buildings 3 times, so I've helped that company expand on multiple occasions. Um, Coral wasn't too thrilled about it, and she had her reservations, and she wouldn't even tell me why. But it seems as though there is a position open. What she does is quality control, and there's a position open on that shift. So I told her to apply for it. That way we could have weekends off together. We've only had weekends off before, like maybe for like a year and a half. But even when we had weekends off together, we just did overtime. And we were working weekday night shift, and we were doing overtime on weekday days. So like sometimes we'd only go home for like 6 hours and then go right back to work in the morning, which I know a lot of people that's not really having a weekend off together. And I told her to switch. I didn't tell her to switch. She does whatever she wants. She's got a mind of her own. I told her that if she did switch, her parents would probably be kind of happy because they're retired, so we could spend a lot more time over at her parents' house and with her parents. And we got a family cabin on Lake Mille Lacs. And if we would have been on opposite schedules, two of us would have to use PTO in order to hang out together, or if we wanted to travel or something, we would have to expend or consume PTO. And I like to keep my PTO, so does she. I mean, who doesn't? I have like 80 hours or 60 hours or something like that. 60 hours. But my PTO bump actually jumps in August, so I'll be getting a lot more too. So that's really good news. I may not sound thrilled about it. That's only because I'm lacking on sleep and I'm burnt out from what I've been doing to my body. But I want to retire by the time I'm 41, you guys. So it's like, you got to put the work, you got to grind, you got to hustle. In this day and age, you're not going to get anywhere just by doing 40 hours a week. I'm sorry, it's just not feasible. Unless you have a really, really good job or an OnlyFans, then I'm sure 40 hours is plenty. Thought about doing actually thought about doing an OnlyFans just for fun, but Patreon's good enough, I would say. I want to save up the next whip that I'm going to buy. Oh, yes, computer. The next whip that I want to buy is definitely going to be a food truck. So that is really exciting. I'm actually already shopping for them because I got money saved up, and I just won't have any time to use it. So I'm obviously not going to purchase it until I have the time to do that. Not to mention the energy, too. My investments are doing well. I know there was a week or two back there that they kind of took a little dive, but the entire internet, the entire markets went down. But lately they've been climbing back up there. Dogecoin's doing great. It's going back up. I didn't really have much to say to you guys. I have been making videos. I just haven't been uploading them. I mean, it's one of those things where hitting upload, sometimes I'm like, you know what? Nobody needs to hear about this, even though maybe some of you guys do want to hear about the things I have to say, even if it is just, BS. But I want to do a top 10, and I don't have one prepared. I mean, I have some prepared, but let's see what we got sitting over here. Just grab one of these rando ones. You know what? I need to grab. I know there's one in particular that I want to get, and it's not here. It's actually in my pants. That are hopefully didn't go through the wash. How many top 10s I've prepared, and I accidentally, I just take them off and I throw my pants in the laundry. And Coral's really good about digging through my pockets and finding money or change or emptying them, but I'm not the brightest person, so I've sent many top 10s through the wash before, and I'll go dig in my pocket, and it's just like this wad of paper that's just sitting there. And yeah, I feel bad, but let me hit pause real fast and see if I can find it so you guys don't hear me digging around. So I found the one that I was looking for. This one right here. And this one is probably the top 10 bands that I just don't listen to anymore, but used to be my all-time favorites. And two of them are still my all-time favorites, and I just don't listen to music as much as I used to. Okay, I take that back. I just don't listen to any other artists but Akira the Don. So it's just something that just kind of just dwindled away for me. I don't know what it is, but I think that my mind has just moved on from bands, or moved on from like kind of their like outlooks and stuff like that. But I rolled for them, and they're in this order. Tool. Tool used to be one of my all-time favorite bands, like of all time. I had a six disc changer in my car and a 6-disc changer in my room, and Tool was always in one of the slots. And even their newest album that came out, I listen to their new stuff when it comes out because I hope that it gets better, but it's so damn boring and repetitive. If you want a band that can make a 3-minute song turn into 12 minutes, listen to Tool. And the worst part about Tool is their fans and how much they support them and say that they're so deep, their lyrics are so profound, and their music. They've had some really good songs, but like I wouldn't ever say one album is better than the other album, because every album has like 1 or 2 good songs on there, and that's about it. Undertow is probably their best album that had multiple songs on that I really liked. Not to mention their videos, but then again, Adam Jones does all the art for their videos, so I mean, you can't even give the credit to Tool itself, because I don't know, James Maynard Keenan is a total prick, and I never was a fan of that person. And I even listened to him when he was on Joe Rogan, and he's just a D-bag. Next, System of a Down. Like Tool, I've seen them live before, and System puts on a better show than Tool any day of the week. I love their energy. I love their music. They probably, for maybe a good 5 years of my life, were my absolute favorite band to listen to. I'm all about Rage Against the Machine and what they stand for, and I don't know if it's Armenian hard rock, whatever you want to call it, but there wasn't a single album or a single song of System of a Down that I did not enjoy thoroughly. I would not put on their album and just listen to the songs that I liked, but I would put them on and I would listen to them on repeat, on repeat, on repeat. Metallica. Oh my God. I probably listened to so much Metallica. I wish that I could get that time back, because I stopped liking Metallica sometime in the 90s. I don't remember, maybe 98. I wasn't graduated yet, so I graduated in 01. So it could have even been as early as 95 that I stopped listening to Metallica. They're just a bunch of boners when it comes to politics and what they did to Napster and free music. They got so much damn money. Like, who cares if people are trying to get their music out there for free? Everybody these days stream their own music with the cloud. Like, they were probably one of the dominoes that made the cloud happen. And how are people supposed to get shown for what they are? How are they supposed to like get their music out there if you don't have free play? People don't go out and buy CDs anymore. So they're just old dogs. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. I'm not gonna bash Tom Petty or any of his music. It's just one of my favorite bands that I don't listen to anymore. And I have nothing against Tom Petty, and I was really heartbroken because I wanted to go and listen to him. And by his last concert that he did when he played at Red Rocks, I wanted to see, but tickets were like just out of my price range at the time. They were just, I think the cheapest was like $300 or $600, and then I would have had to buy one for Coral, and then I would have had to do all the traveling expenses, and at the time I just didn't have the funds for it. But I could have paid for it and sucked it up, but it was one of those things where I just I've heard them play so much. Like I know they play live, and they play their music just like on the CD. So I really regret not going, and it's probably one of my only regrets that I actually hold in my heart is not going to see Tom Petty. The next two, I have seen them. I'm going to say them back to back. It's No Effects and Weezer, and both of them are my favorite bands, and both of them will always be my favorite bands. I love the snottiness and the anger that Fat Mike and No Effects produce, and I love the emo 4/4 time that Weezer does. They are the kings of 4/4 time. By the way, No Effects just put out a new album. I think it was last week. Fat Mike has been sober for like 3 or 4 months, and he wrote all of his songs while he was in his getting sober phase, and it's probably one of his best albums that he's ever written. And that one I have listened to multiple times, and I guess I still do listen to No Effects and Weezer, but just not that much. I want to listen to them if they did not have their new album that came out. If you don't know who No Effects is, I would definitely recommend just reading their lyrics if you don't want to listen to their music. But hey, it's punk rock, so it's one of those things where if you don't like the song, you can just wait like 5 minutes or 2 minutes and the song will be over. Weezer, same way. I think the greatest day of my life was when I got to see No Effects and I got to see Weezer play at the same concert. I went to it was the one in Colorado. It was Colorado because I've seen them a bunch of times together. Not together, but like on the same day. Hold on. Sorry, Coral was texting me. Next, Soul Coughing. Soul Coughing is a great band, but Mike Doughty by himself was a lot better. And Soul Coughing was just so damn dark. And Mike Doughty is like, I don't know if he found God or whatever he did, but there was a turning point in his life, and his music went from Soul Coughing to Mike Doughty. And Mike Doughty, in my opinion, writes the best lyrics that any person has ever written. He has the best wordplay. He's got one of those like hypnotic voices. So when I listen to him, like I could listen to him for hours. As a matter of fact, I might listen to him when I go in tomorrow for overtime because I really enjoy his music and I really enjoy his viewpoints. And if you don't know who Mike Doughty is, he's the lead singer of Soul Coughing. Soul Coughing was just so drug induced. Like you could tell that he was smacked out of his mind or he was rolling balls all the time. I don't know what it was, but it was so... The music is completely like night and day. So I want to give him super shout out because you're probably my favorite lyricist. I guess outside of All Time Low, Alex, you also write really good lyrics. So, but Mike Doughty's been doing it for so much longer, and he's got so much more under his belt. I think he would probably beat you, but you would be my strong second. Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson was a surfer from Hawaii, and one of his best friends got killed while surfing, so he gave it up and started to produce his songs. And I love listening to Jack Johnson. I don't think he writes a bad album. I don't think he writes... There's another guy that's just got really strong lyrics. And if you can't tell, all of these people have really good lyrics. I just don't listen to music to listen to music and be entertained and rock out. I really need to be, like, have my mind enveloped when it comes to lyrics. And Jack Johnson, you're probably one of my heroes because what you ended up doing, especially with your music and how you help people out. So he also makes me feel like $1 million when I listen to his music because it's so soothing and relaxing. There's nothing better than just putting that on and then sitting outside. And it's so nature driven too, and that's probably what I like most about it. Good Charlotte, number 9. Good Charlotte. Wow, boy, I've listened to them. I've listened to them way too much. I beat them to the ground. I was in a very bad spot, I think, probably in 2008, 2009, and I probably listened to Good Charlotte every single day. And then Fall Out Boy. Those are the two that they got me through some hard times. And I don't know if when you put on Good Charlotte or you put on Fall Out Boy, it's like they know what you're feeling when you listen to them. So there it is. I'm going to say them again. Tool, System of a Down, Metallica, Tom Petty, No Effects, Weezer, Soul Coughing, Jack Johnson, Good Charlotte, and Fall Out Boy are 10 bands that are my favorite bands that I just don't listen to anymore. But there you are. If you want to know about kind of who I am, I think the kind of music that you listen to really speaks to kind of who you are. So yeah, there we are. And you guys have a good one. This has been a fun one for me. Brings back a lot of memories, just talking about the bands. But I can go deeper into them if you want, because music is always going to be one of the most important things to me. Even though I would say there was a good decade there that I stopped listening to all music. I got sick of it. I think it was on repeat all the time. Every party I went to played Sublime, and it was always the same crap all over. And I didn't have a CD player in the first 2 cars that I had, so I only could listen to what was on the radio, and they always played the same crap. You could like switch from station to station, and they play the same stuff, and it got so super boring for me. But yeah, you guys have a good one. I'm probably gonna play COD if anybody texts me back. That's not my wife. And yeah, you guys take it easy. Peace.